Welcome back, folks, to the resurrecting of this old C10. Today we're going to get the transmission pulled out and discover some bad news. But first, can't get the transmission out until we get everything disconnected, starting with the U-bolts off the drive shaft to the rear end connection. It's a rear end I put in years ago after blowing up the original one. It's not really hard back here. Just get those nuts pulled off those U-bolts, make a little space, and you get that drive shaft popped out of the rear housing so we can pull it out of the transmission on the front side. Just get enough space, get those U-bolts out, and then we'll be able to clear the rear end back there and slide the front side out of the transmission. I don't know the names of all this stuff. I just know I can eventually get things done, get this truck back on the road. We have the drive shaft pulled out of the transmission. Just set it up under the truck. That's the rear end back there and the U-bolts. Here's the transmission. So we have a lot of stuff to disconnect, a little bit of stuff to disconnect from the transmission. The vacuum line, which is pretty easy, the dipstick, which is fairly easy, the cooler lines, which actually weren't that bad. All of it went pretty easy. It's not a hard job. The speedometer housing, and one thing I forget down the line is the actual shift linkage, which again, pull the clip and I'll pop the metal bar out that goes up to the shifter. All in all, is a pretty simple process. Again, I'm doing it myself and just using what I have. I don't have a transmission jack or anything, so I just use the floor jack and a 4x4 with a 2x4 that was laying in the back by my firewood pile. Didn't even go inside the garage to find anything, just made this work and start lowering that transmission down once all those items are disconnected. Yeah, here's where I forgot to pop that linkage, the shifter linkage out, and that's it right there off the side of the transmission. Then we'll continue to lower it all the way down. What I do is just get it down as low as I can with that jack, and it's still obviously with that type of jack too high to pull out from under the truck. So I slide in a just kind of a oil catch pan, and then I'll just work that transmission off of that 2x4 onto this pan and then slide the whole pan out from under the truck. Again, it's pretty simple. So I quickly put together an outdoor shop table on top of some sawhorses and started cleaning the transmission up. There's no point of showing that. Just cleaning, degreasing, getting it ready to put new seals on it. I bought all the seals for everything, thinking this thing ran pretty decent before I pulled it out. So just get it all, because I'm trying to stop the leak, right? Get everything done. And this, once I pull that pan, that's where I run into the trouble. Looks like there's a Sprag gear that blew up down there. And I think that's probably what's keeping it from going into first. On its own, I could manually put it into first, but you see all these little pieces in the pan and under the pump once I pulled the pump. So basically, there's no point. I didn't even open the box of seals. I just called the company and returned them right back, because I'm going to have to pivot and do something else. Being as this is the first transmission I've taken apart, I do appreciate the opportunity to see what's inside these and get an idea of, can I work on them? But now it's time to pivot. So I'm thinking maybe a 4-speed in here, like a TH400. If anybody knows, let me know down below, because I've got to pivot and figure it out. But in the meantime, we're going to keep moving with the fuel, and I think we'll see on that on the next one.